I worked one time winter for Christmas time at one of men's beds. Some pretty amazing things happen. Just wants to
Good
say
morning, my
that.
friend.
Hey, beautiful. How are you?
Good. Did you get my note?
Yes, I got
Okay,
you.
so it's in there?
Yes, it
Okay.
is in there. Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. I was like trying to go, how do I get this back to you?
And it just so happens, I think
How are things going?
Good.
MC today.
You know, I feel like I'm running around like a chicken.
All right, sounds the plan, Dan.
got
Well, that's
All
good.
right,
You
and then
know,
we'll tee up
January is
for,
usually.
and then next week you want to
Go
come
for
to me
it.
after.
That's the thing, right? And
Yes.
I made a lot of
Cool.
my job is sales.
You got it.
So I did a lot of stuff.
In November, December.
Yeah, to kind of, just because I was pretty busy heading into the fall. And so, I mean, you know how, if you know sales, I mean, it's like,
I only did sales for 40
yeah,
years.
so you get it. So it's like,
Now, you didn't know anything about it. Was
I
that
don't
40
know.
years?
Nothing. I got way more experience.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, what I found was December, people will talk to you. So lots of times you don't get them to talk, but they're in a good mood, they're going to talk to you. And hopefully they're going to talk to you about what's happening so you can identify your strategy for the next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mr. Ferris, hey, are you at 1 Million Cups on here? Oh man, I thought I was going to turn around and go here. Uh-huh.
Maybe doing
Yeah.
Okay, you got it.
We have an MC today.
Me. I guess. Unless
So what's going on? Let's get together. Let's do some things.
I don't wanna.
you don't want to. I don't want to either, man. I don't have no choice.
Yeah, I will. Two things I really
And then
need from you is
Presented the
I wanted to do my taxes early, so I wanted to see if I could get
Oh, I need the
it's not that much.
clip of thing.
So funny, so Kristen,
$2,000.
Yeah.
So I've banked with T&I for years, which is in Boston.
Yep.
They just got bought by
I know
MSG.
today.
So now we're with them. She was part of that conversion, and she knows my grandparents. Yeah. And it's so funny. I was like,
Yeah, I know, but I haven't been on that site in forever, so I don't
conversion. And I was like, my family's been banking with
Can you
T&I
tell
for 50
somebody to
years.
send me a link or
And
something?
she's like, what's your last name? Green? And she's like, I know Don. Like, you know, my grandma makes
Yeah, I
it.
still need 800. Gave
He was
me-
a dentist.
And I don't care. I don't care. I still
I still mess with him. I owe you an email back. For some reason, I didn't get the original.
Sure, no problem.
Sure.
Yeah, that was my experience
That's fine.
too.
That's not a problem at
Tell
all.
you.
I just wanted to alert you of that. Not a
Yeah.
problem at all. But I do
I'll
want to
get
get
you
together with you
a new one.
do some strategy.
Promise.
Because I'm going back to Florida in the beginning of
It does.
February.
Yeah, you can see right there.
Face to face. Scream at you a little bit and scream back.
How was your holiday?
I know. You've got to just put a mind to it and write it down on paper and then manage it. Okay, I want to do that. So, I'm going to Ann Arbor tomorrow.
Didn't have to go in any extent.
You got what?
Both our parents are good. My sister, it's supposed to be here.
Well, they were hurting a little bit towards the end of the year because, their enrollment wasn't as high and stuff for all those reasons. But is that a reason why? Is that a reason why they don't pay us?
By mistake, it's
He mentioned, I'm like, Tony would know. He just like this girl. And I'm like, oh, I would know her name's Tony.
Well, we have to change that. We have to make
yeah.
that change. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, you're not encouraged to do it. I mean, it's like, it's not a gift. It's not a gift, right?
It's like 14.
I know.
People are.
No, I wanted to talk to you about the organization. I really wanted to get involved in it, how that's going.
Yeah, my day job.
So I'm going to be in Ann Arbor all day tomorrow. I can be on the Friday AM. I can do it anytime next week.
Do it.
Whatever you think everyone says about this.
Yeah, it's clear where he is in retirement.
Which honestly is
Make you some good coffee. I'm a coffee guy. I would watch the street, so just need to learn. No, I use an espresso machine. I don't have one of those $25,000 machines. My son goes, I'm staying at this place, and I know that their coffee is good because I know the machine, and the machine costs me $25,000. I said, but you're going to be paying for it. But then that's why she got in trouble. They were like, who's stupid enough to buy a $250,000 machine?
I always
And
said,
who can you blame that on? Who can you blame that one? Anyway, yeah, let's do something.
We don't know what I do, so I usually wouldn't.
Send me your address, tell me the time, and I'll stop by. Okay? All right. Okay.
I would pay off my car. And I put the rest in what I think is good investments. And probably donate a big portion of it. I don't know. What else can I do?
need someplace to donate. I'm starting a
You mean for yourself?
Yes.
It's called the Mike McClure Retirement Nonprofit. No, it's yeah, it's interesting. I'm dealing with a prospect right now who lived in the UK for 20 years. And he built up a pension right now is permanently back in the US. And needs to move. And I'm like, it's a process that almost nobody knows anything about. It doesn't even so it's interesting. You can. So you can keep the pension there. Just get paid out here. The problem though is that one, it's a pension, which means that there may be some survivor clauses. Maybe that the husband dies or wife gets some money. So a lot of times people will actually take a buyout of the pension. So like, granted, you're giving up money for life. So obviously you took a risk. But at the end of the day, if you were to die in 10 years, and you only got 10 grand of that money, and your family could have got 200 grand, it's a trade-off, right? Because they're not going to get anything. So that's where it's a complex decision, but if it's in the UK, the idea is you can keep doing that. But even if you move it into an account in the UK and keep it there, like in there, like a version of the IRA, like a US citizen, it's not going to work. Well, you can. So there's a tax treaty between the US and Canada, and a lot of things. You just have to file your taxes. Or it's a situation where you get the money in the US and you only pay your taxes in the US. And because of the tax treaty, they just send your tax money like you earned from the UK. It's fun. And like I get your tax advice, so I have to like find some help me with this, which is which surprisingly enough, I mean I would have thought this would have a lot of we're all the same.
5 minutes.
Gotta get this thing going now.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes. We're up to go. Right. Oh, wow.
running.
Cool.
We got 2 people on.
Oh,
including me.
Melissa's in there
I
too.
think I'm gonna have to hold off on the cover that I let you know. Because it's their mic, so I don't let you know.
Daryl, I heard that you messed up last week as MC and people were throwing tomatoes at you.
Well, that was good. No, I was innocent. In fact, I had to sneak out early for that doctor's appointment. So yeah, that was it. It was all him.
Yeah, you messed up. Taking tomatoes off his teeth.
Yep, there you go. It's good when everyone can't do it.
So we have to think about it.
That's why I always bring a hazmat suit as a secondary just in case.
Just in case.
If you ever get a chance,
We drove to Grand Rapids 3 times.
everything was busy.
And during Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah, I never wanted to go to Grand Rapids. My aunt and uncle live in Ada, a town east of Grand Rapids. And we went there for 1 day, weekend before Christmas.
You stay overnight or you go back to
No, same day. Yeah. And then, like a car full of 2, like my wife, my dad, my sister. And then the weekend after Christmas, we went to my wife's family, and there's 3 sets of grandparents over there, and 2 sets of aunt and uncles and cousins. So we tried to do all 3 Christmases that weekend, but we missed 1 set of grandparents because they were sick. So we ended up going to see the aunt and uncle on that side instead. So we still did 3 Christmases, but then the next weekend we drove back to see those grandparents that we didn't see.
I met this really cool guy from Virginia Beach.
And we did that.
He was with his wife, and I was with my wife, and we were like listening to Motown music, and he was like having the best time dancing and stuff. So I started talking to him. He's quite a guy. He's like really cool stuff. He's got a whole slew of kids. He looks like he's 40 and he's like 75 or something like
Yeah, he
that.
looks good based on this picture.
I don't know how old he is, but he's older than us. He doesn't look exactly like that. He had like dreads and stuff, not real dreads, but like short dreads. We were actually on a boat, that's why. And I started talking to him. I love him. He says he does some stuff in Detroit. I said I was from Detroit. He goes, yeah, I done some stuff like that and things like that, but I'd like to get him here.
Oh, that would be nice.
And introduce him. Next time he comes, I told him, we'll take care of him.
Oh, absolutely we will.
He's from Virginia Beach.
Good morning.
I was going to give you a devil
Here.
words.
It's awesome. I hope I have enough of a tan. Not a little bit. I was trying to sit in the sun every day and swim. One thing I really miss is like swimming. Everything else is, like, can be horrible. But the
It's Wednesday! It's my favorite day of the week. Welcome everyone. We'll be getting started in about 2 minutes or so.
Where were you?
Or about a minute or so.
we've got a
Grab some coffee,
experience here.
grab some mama bears, sourdough treats, which are delicious by the way.
Can't hear you.
Good morning. Is that better? We can hear them. Is that better?
So were you guys then
Is that better?
north or south of Fort Lauderdale? South.
Can everyone hear me okay? Good morning. Welcome to 1 Million Cups Detroit Metro. In my humble opinion, the best one in the country, but I'm biased, so whatever. We come here every week to help entrepreneurs to grow their businesses, to help small business owners to make sure that they have the skills and the resources that they need to grow their businesses, because we want this community to be the best place to start or grow a business in the entire country, not just in Michigan. So thank you for coming and joining us and being part of our community. If you have not signed in yet, the beautiful Natalie in the back has a tablet. She will hunt you down and make sure you sign in. And we do this because our sponsors want to make sure that our programming is good. And then we have people in the room so that they can continue to give us money. So please sign in. We thank you so much for your cooperation. What is 1 million cups? If you've never been here before or you don't know a lot about the program, let's talk a little bit about it. It is a program that was started by the Kaufman Foundation several years ago because they saw the need to have a community to help small business owners that were run by entrepreneurs and small business owners to make sure, again, that they could grow their businesses no matter who they were. So our community is diverse. It is radically inclusive, and we help small business owners to solve business challenges. The hardest thing in the world is to start a successful small business. And if you don't believe that, raise your hand. Good, don't put the hands up. So, 117, probably more than that right now, communities across the country, people are doing this exact same thing, getting together, networking, sharing their experiences, and sharing their resources to help others, small business owners, to succeed. Welcome back. If you're a regular, we appreciate you. Keep coming every week, keep supporting this community, and this community will continue to grow. If you are a past presenter, raise your hand. I know there's some past presenters in the room. Yes, give them a hand. It takes a lot of people to make this happen every week. We don't get paid for this. We are volunteer organizers. If you are a volunteer organizer, please raise your hand and give them a hand because it takes a lot of work to put this on every week, to find coffee sponsors, to find presenters, to coach presenters, to help them with their presentations, to make sure that this runs smoothly. Our IT guy here, say hi, Tony. Hi, Tony.
Hi, Tony.
And all the people that it takes to run this every week. Thank you so much for your volunteerism and your work. If you'd like to volunteer, if you have some time, you love small business and entrepreneurship, we could always use more volunteers. See myself, see Carmen, see any of the organizers in the room, and we can walk you through and help you to get signed up if you'd like to volunteer. If you are a new attendee, if this is your first time, we want to welcome you. Please raise your hand. Yes, we have gifts for you as well. We also want to say welcome to our online community. We have a Zoom and a YouTube feed. So if you can't get here and you still want to see what's going on and want to be a part of the community, you can go to our Zoom page, DetroitMetro at 1millioncups.com, or Open Thrive's website. There's a link there as well. Open Thrive is our primary sponsor, and we want to thank Incubizo, who donates this space to make sure this happens every week. So thank you, Josh. Thank you, Carmen. This is a wonderful spot. They work very hard to make sure that this runs very smoothly every week. So thank you to our sponsors, our in-state sponsors. We start off with a coffee sponsor every week. The coffee sponsor is responsible for giving us the caffeine we need to do this every week, to give us the energy to get up and going, as well as they sponsor treats as well. Our coffee sponsor this week is Juan Buford, JSB Business Solutions. So we're going to invite him up, and he gets 5 minutes to pitch. The coffee sponsor is the only one who gets to pitch. You know why? Because he paid for the privilege. Everyone else, our other presenters, they present their business challenges. They don't pitch their businesses, but we help them because they come to us and say, hey, I have a challenge that needs to be solved. And I want some feedback from all the smart people in the audience so that I can grow my business, so I can get over this line and continue to move my business forward. So, Mr. Buford, come talk to us about your business, JSB Business Solutions.
Preparation.
Yes.
Good morning, 1 Million Cups. How are we doing?
Good.
Fantastic.
Come on, you guys can do better than that.
Do
Come on.
better than that. So, you know, I thought about 4, 5, 6 different pitches I could give you today. And I decided to take a little bit of a different approach because I'm here before you, not necessarily to make a sale or to make a pitch, but I'm here to help people transform themselves, right? I'm here. I think most people are more interested in transformation as opposed to information in of itself. Can we be in agreement with that?
Yes.
How many of you started 2026 and said it's going to be a different year? You're going to go further, you're going to go farther, you're going to have more, you're going to do more, you're going to accomplish more. Anyone been? I want to give you a couple, I don't know, tips, if you will, strategies, and hopefully that gives you a bit of insight into my why and what it is that I do. Now, one of the first questions I want to ask everyone, give me a raise of hands, I need audience feedback is this. Have you ever been in a situation where somebody asked you what you did for a living and you got tongue-tied? Ever been in a situation where you started up a business or came up with an endeavor and you just didn't quite know how to deliver the value prop? Have you been there before? I did it last week, right? I was up here having a conversation with another business owner and I got up here and I stuttered about what it is that I do, right? We all go through it. But the reason why that can be problematic is because number one, there's never a first time to make you don't get another time to make a first impression, yes? But here's the thing, if you're a business owner looking to scale, you want to go further, you want to go harder, you want to surround yourself with talent and use AI, is it fair to say that if you don't know what good looks like, if you don't know your reason why, if you don't know the reason why your business exists, other than to earn income, will you have a difficult time attracting people to your vision? Can we be in agreement with that?
Yes.
Right? That's a huge issue. How many of you wake up every single day concerned about and stressed out about earning more money? You wake up every single day stressed. Let's be real, we're entrepreneurs, right? How many of you are concerned about where your next dollar is coming from? Or chasing some type of KPI, right? Well, one of the most important lessons I've observed over time, personally and working with other entrepreneurs and business owners is, it tends to work out better when you chase standards, right? As opposed to outcome. Because if you're meeting your standard, if you're meeting what good looks like, if you're actually meeting the goal, which is to create an outcome for someone who's enjoying your service or your product, is it safe to say you're going to be profitable anyway? Right? Can we be in agreement with that? Anyone ever worked in an environment for a company or in an organization where every morning, every day you went to work and you didn't know what you were supposed to be doing? Let's be real. Have you experienced that before? For the business owners, do you wake up sometimes and you don't know what you're supposed to be doing? Let's be real. Look, you gotta be honest with yourself. If everything's going on, especially now in 2026 with AI and how society is changing, if you are not a little bit skeptical about your work, you're gonna be in trouble, right? There are a lot of companies, multi-million, billion-dollar companies that went out of business over the last 3 to 5 years because they were too sure. You don't want to be one of them, right? So what does the cadence look like? How do you know? How do you expect? How do you define accountability? Because let's be real, if you have people that you're working with, whether in your business, outside your business, and they don't get your mission, they don't get your vision, they don't know what good looks like, is it fair to say you're probably surrounding yourself with mercenaries? Right? How many of you have been in a situation where people had expectations of you? How many minutes? Like 2?
Yeah, like 2 left.
Yep. Where you've been in a situation where expectations are being communicated to you, but you're not being equipped with the tools, the direction, and the resources you need to achieve the goal. Right? So often I hear from other entrepreneurs and business owners who say they have a hard time attracting people, they have a hard time finding good people. But is it safe to say that if you don't give someone a track to run on, how do you expect them to perform to the level you expect? Is that fair to say? Right? These are the questions we help business owners answer. Because I know one thing about all of you about knowing you. Every single day, most of you wake up thinking to yourself, I am doing everything. Right? I'm trying to be the CEO, CFO, CMO, CSO, CTO, so many acronyms can't keep up anymore. And then in addition to that, you're trying to avoid the shiny object syndrome, right? Because you see shiny opportunities, you want to participate in those things, right? And so, look, at the end of the day, sales and recurring revenues are something you have to manage. It's not something you wake up. You know, you hear people say if you wake up in the morning, you don't wake up in the morning planning to fail, they fail to plan. Well, recurring income is something that you have to actually plan. You have to give yourself guardrails. So if you're a founder, if you're a business owner that's struggling with this, number one, how to articulate what you do, how to onboard individuals and give them a track to run on, how to keep people motivated, put resources and tools in place where people know what they should be accountable to and how their skills and their activities and their talents contribute to the bottom line, which means you can pay them more. That's what we do at the end of the day, right? We help those founders who are tired of wearing all the hats, who are tired of their income going up and down, put an actual system and guardrails in place. So, why JSB Business Solutions? Well, number one, give me extra 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Look, entrepreneurship and sales should save my life. If you're not familiar with Detroit metropolitan area, I live in an area off of Evergreen and Joy Road, where there's only 3 houses on the block that I grew up in, right? So don't let the education veneer fool you, okay? And this saved my life. Learning how to sell, learning how to build teams, right? And creating structures. During my entrepreneur journey, I have built 3 different direct selling organizations. I was the GA of an investment advisory agency, one of the first in the state of Michigan as an African-American male. I've worked within real estate 5-10 hours a week and built 6 figures. And I've helped 10 business owners scale from $50,000 to $250,000 to $2 million over the last 10 years. In other words, if you want to work with someone, do you want to work with the travel agent or do you want to work with the tour guide? There's a lot of gurus out here who have not built businesses, but not a lot of doers. I'm that guru, I'm that guy. So if you want someone who has the academic experience, someone who has the passion for this, and you also want someone that has actually not only helped myself, but help others. I've been told success is what you do for yourself, significance is what you do for others. That's what we're about. We're about that life. Thank you for your time.
I believe you have a workshop coming up soon, don't you?
I do.
All right. Can they get to it from there?
They can get to another slide here. And they want to get access to me, they can click that QR code.
15 seconds or less. What's the workshop about and when is it going to be? Go.
You make it hard. No, I can't talk. I can't say my name in 15 seconds. But anyway, so we have a workshop that's designed to help people with not just simply goal setting, but goal achievement, right? Have we all been in a situation where we said to ourselves, I'm not doing goal setting anymore, it doesn't work. I'm frustrated. I set goals in 2025 and nothing transpired, nothing happened. Can we be honest with ourselves? Have we ever experienced that before, doubted our goal setting process? Well, what I would submit to you is the reason why people have a difficult time with their goals is because aside from having a goal setting plan, you need a goal achievement plan. Follow me? You gotta have both, right? So what's goal achievement about? Setting guardrails, knowing exactly who you are, what you are, who you want to serve, how you want to serve them, and putting guardrails in place to make sure you stay focused, yes? It's also about environment. If you don't create the environment for success, if you don't have KPIs, if you don't have dashboards, if you don't have accountability partners, it's going to be hard to achieve your goals. And of course, last but not least, birds of a feather flock together. If you want to get around, if you want to become a professional excuse makers, hang around professional excuse makers. If you want to become successful in whatever endeavor that you're involved in, you need to be around individuals and understand and have discernment and how to choose your mentors and choose the people who have the skills, the experience, and wherewithal to help you get to set goal. Yes? Yes. So if you're tired of just setting goals and not achieving goals, come to the workshop. This is not going to be one of those nice fluffy feelings and you can get it all out of all one of the things you want to do. Yeah, that's going to be part of it. But we're also going to be about doing the work, setting the goals, defining who you are, why is it you want to do what you do, defining how you want to serve, defining who you want to serve, and then putting together a blueprint to achieve that. Make sense?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. Thank you for your time.
What day and what time?
The 21st, 10:45, the 21st of January.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where at?
Right here.
Right here.
Thank you, Juan.
Don't worry about lunch, we bring you food.
There's a slide at the end of the deck that does that. We'll have time for questions later. So
That was my question.
yes, it is here, January 21st, 10:45 a.m., so right after 1 million cups, so stay, don't go away, she'll be here talking. And as you can see, he's a great speaker and very motivational. Thank you. Give him a hand. So now we come to the best part. These are our presenters. We have two wonderful people here today who are brave enough to come up in front of this audience and talk about some challenges that they're having and some things they need to do to grow their businesses. If you are a small business owner, you're having some challenges, you want to launch a business and don't know where to start, come see us. Come and present. Real easy. We coach you through it. We give you a template for your presentation. We can help you. It's not a pitch. It's not just networking, but it's brainstorming with people who have great ideas and who are smart and educated and are small business owners as well and who've gone through some of the things that you're probably having to deal with. 1millioncups.com/present. It's a short application, takes about 5 minutes to fill out. We approve it, we coach you, and we get you on our schedule. So we're looking forward to that. So if you want to present, we've got some openings in February and in March. So this week's presenters, Ber-Henda Williams, Culture Shift Unite. Am I saying it correctly? Culture Shift Hers Unite. And then Nate from Anypath Technologies. So a nice mixture of presenters this morning. Ber-Henda, tell us a little bit about your business and some about your business challenges. And remember, the audience, after she presents, you get to give her some feedback. Be nice to her, but don't let her off the hook. Really easy, but just be nice, okay? But we're going to help her get her business up and moving in the right direction, or continuing to move in the right direction.
Well, good morning, Incubizo. Good morning, 1 million cups. My name is Ber-Henda Williams, and I am a culture shifter. And I am also first rooted in poetry, so I'm an artist and I'm real sensitive. So we need energy to get started. So when I say culture, you say shift. Culture.
Shift.
Culture.
Shift.
When I say culture, you say shift. Culture.
Shift.
Culture.
Shift.
When I say culture, you say shift. Culture.
Shift.
Culture.
Shift.
Culture, culture, culture.
Shift, shift, shift.
Thank you. Give yourself a round of applause. So as stated, my name is Ber-Henda Williams, and it is Germanic in its origin. It means bear-hearted protector. And it took me a while to really move into the skin of that name. I'm named after my mother and father. First generation North, native Detroiters. And I believe that here in Detroit, we're, unlike other areas, it's sort of assumed that you're going to hustle. You're going to be multi-talented, multi-gifted, and you're going to use those gifts. One of the things about Detroit that I love, and also I'm a little envious of, when I go to karaoke here, people can actually sing. Like, no, we put karaoke here because, like, it's not for the amateurs. And what I noticed about that, that's what bred, I believe, the genetics of Motown. Because right there in the neighborhood was innovation. Someone had the vision to take the raw talent there and give the world a soundtrack. And so there's a heartbeat that I think that exists here that exists in no other place. So I just wanted to name that because that's what lives in my veins, and I know that's what lives in many of the veins here. I'm an assembly line baby. Any assembly line babies in here? Ford, GM, Chrysler, put food on your table? Yes, that's me. And that's the stock that I come from, but also, so Amway, also with real estate, that also helped to keep the engine moving. So culture and family and community and connection is something that is super important to me. So what's my story? Well, I'm a womanist mystic, media maker, founder of Culture Shift Hers, and I'm a culture strategist, I'm a storyteller, I'm a spiritual formation builder, and I've been in this space, I've been doing this work since 2010. But in 2022, I had to meet life on life's terms, and I founded Culture Shifters Unite as a multimedia company platform designed to serve empathic women, artists, and cultural leaders who were being asked to carry more than they were resourced for. And I know that that's personal to many people. How many of us are carrying more than we have resources for? How many of us are in the episode of life where we're maybe sandwiched between children and caregiving for elder parents? Amen. a few things, because what Culture Shifters has done is we just completed the first season of the Ber-Henda and Williams show. We filmed it right here locally at Bamboo in Royal Oak. Soul of a Lead Her, which is my podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts, you can pull that up. Yeah, you can pull it up. Soul of a Lead Her, which is entering into its third season. I launched my Substack in June of 2025, and our in-person experience, we're entering into our third season of that as well, which is Unnetworking. And together, these three platforms, I prefer to call them tributaries, are where women, female-identified folks, are not asked to perform more to be taken seriously. They get to lead from the emotional intelligence space, spiritual grounding, and their lived wisdom. It is a scalable community, powered by community. It's a media ecosystem, I believe, that is built from a decade of social impact and leadership. So why does this work exist? And I know many times as business owners, we're always asking, go back to your why, go back to your why. What's your why? I believe my why is a mandate. It's a spiritual one, it's a social one, it's an emotional one. This was born from my lived experience as a caregiver, grieving, visibility as a Black woman, who was always expected to be strong, but rarely supported. And for years, I have worked in the mission-driven space where women are asked to carry emotional labor or cultural labor in community care, while being underpaid, unseen, and spiritually depleted. And at the same time, I was navigating very real personal loss. My mother made her transition in 2024. My father was clinically diagnosed with dementia, and still running a very real full-time business. All right. So this really clarified not only a mission, but it also clarified what my capacity was. Because anytime you are carrying grief, you'll know exactly what you can hold. And so what emerged from this was a very different leadership model, which led me to soft power. This is where emotional intelligence, spiritual grounding, and relational authority all converge. Culture Shifters exists to make a way of leading visible, of course viable, and absolutely on the soul level, sustainable. Main challenge. All right. So this is where the honesty comes in. Moving from a founder-led operation to a community-governed, sponsor-ready organization, and that is Culture Shifters. So obviously we have outgrown the energy of just one person, relationship, and hustle. I want to move out of hustle and into flow. The audience is here, the impact is clear, the demand is real. And what we're building right now to support us is a motherboard. Now, motherboard has nothing to do with gender, but as you know, within the computer system, the motherboard is what helps the engine of the computer run. And so I'm looking for engine runners. This is a small council of trusted people. It doesn't have to necessarily be women or those who are female identified. Advisors, connectors who help support relationships, sponsorships, and long-term sustainability. So the motherboard exists so that sponsorships doesn't depend on one person. Relationships are shared and protected. That the platform will grow without burning out its founder. Anybody sit on a nonprofit board? Okay, so you all know what it is. When you sit on a nonprofit board, there's a reason why they have terms, because that can be all-consuming and almost just as demanding as a full-time job. And we don't want that. We want to imagine a different future where burnout doesn't exist. So this transition from vision to infrastructure. So what has stood out so far? Proof of impact. This is one of the things that I'm so excited about, is that people actually tell me they come to Unnetwork and they make friends. Imagine that, adults making friends. Who knew? But what I really love about it is that it's not transactional, it's transformational. And one of those things is that happens with us is that, yes, people get new clients, they get funding or find people to help them fund their creative and collaborative business endeavors, but I do love that part too, is where people meet each other and then they collaborate on events. And so this is just as important to me, of course, friendship. That's the part. Because as adults, it can be very difficult to make new friends, genuine friends, and not transactional. So our most recent gathering, and I want to give a shout out to one of our facilitators, Dr. Dana Braxton, who's sitting there in the back. Shout out to Dr. Dana. Yep. off, y'all, I'm telling you. She just had people waiting with bated breath and anticipation, just eat it out of her hand. And so she was 1/3 of Coffee and Constellations, which was an intergenerational gathering and convening of women. We hosted it in Southfield at Joe's pop-up upscale retail shop because we also believe, again, fashion sustainability and being kind to our earth. And that was probably one of our highest attended events to date. It was deeply intersectional and intergenerational with representation across demographics. We had Middle Eastern, South Asian, Black, and white communities all showing up. And the age, that's what I love. We made vision boards on our phones. And with some of our elders, we had helping hands that came around. So the younger generation was actually helping the older generation use ChatGPT. And it was so cute, y'all. I love it. So what this shows us is that culture shifters is not just about convening people. It is about creating belonging across differences, which is rare in our society right now. And the strongest growth has not come from hype, but from trust, resonance, and relational depth. So how can y'all help? So glad you asked. So the most meaningful thing that you can do for culture shifters right now is through connection stewardship, through shared leadership. This can look like joining and supporting our motherboard, which I have a QR code if you want to sign up for that, which is the small council of connectors, champions who help steward leadership and visibility through long-term sustainability. Making strategic introductions. You can say, hey, I want to tell you about my friend Ber-Henda because we're all friends now, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I want to introduce you to my friend Ber-Henda. She's doing some amazing things in the community. She has a talk show, she has a podcast, she has a networking event. Please meet, discuss, all right? So those, I believe, will help foster and get us there faster. They say if you want to get there, go alone. If you want to get there faster, go with somebody. And so I'm hoping that you take me along on your journey too. And I'm also open to support as well. So this looks like culture, equity, wellness communities, anyone in those sectors. Or you could perhaps tell me about a place that maybe I have not yet considered because I'm open to wisdom in all its forms. So we're bringing it up in the rear, yeah. And I was told I've got 2 minutes to spare. Plus, these shoes wouldn't allow me to talk a long time anyway. But to keep in touch with me, if this work resonates with you, you can go straight to BerhendaWilliams.com. Don't forget to add the dash. I have a Substack. I give bi-weekly or weekly reflections around community. Right now, we're in the Void as Incubator, where we're looking at our literary ancestors for wisdom. So last week, we did Audre Lorde. This week, we're with Octavia Butler, and then we're going to sit with the wisdom of Toni Morrison this Sunday. Ow. So, yeah. So our podcast, Lola will lead her, again, wherever you listen to podcasts. The talk show will be available. We're going through final edits right now on YouTube, but you can follow me on Instagram. I'm linked on LinkedIn. And again, I want to thank you all so much for your time and your attention to hear me speak. Thank you.
That was amazing. Well, you are an excellent speaker.
Thank you.
But your podcast is dope. I gotta listen to it.
You must. Yes.
I
Tell a
will
friend.
do it this week, I promise.
Okay.
So, we've seen what she needs help with. Skills, time, relationships, building relationships, telling others about her business. What do you have for her? How can we help her to move her business forward? She wants to go from innovation, or let's see, we want to go from vision, from
That's vision. I want to go from single to infinite.
She needs help growing her business. Come on, you can line up right here if you have some suggestions for her. If you want to volunteer to assist her in her business, you want to learn more about her podcast, come join us. I have a question for you.
Yes, please.
So, your focus is on women.
Female identified folks.
Female identified
Yes.
folks.
Yeah.
What do you have for the males like myself who might need some help?
You know
who
what's-
are going through some of those same challenges.
Absolutely. So I have what I like to call my brothers in business. So actually some of them also belong to your ecosystem.
Nice.
So Drake Pfeiffer is, is a great person. Real Harvard, Daryl Bingham. Oh geez, Danny Wilson. So I mean, there are other men, I believe. Oh, and then of course, one of my favorite organizations. One of the things that we do at our talk show is that we feature a nonprofit. So we invite them to come in. They pitch and they share a bit about their organization. It consists of volunteers and funding, and one of them is Boldly Moving Education Ahead, which centers Black boys in education.
Awesome, I love that. Any support for Ber-Henda? Any questions? Come right up, my friend. Come on up to the front. Introduce yourself. Come on. Yes.
Good morning, good people. I am Alexander Molex. I am a community educator and advocator. I am also in the IT space, as I have various, technological experience and also healthcare experience, since my last job was a data analyst at a healthcare agency. I, in part, can give you my time and tech support needs if that's what you need. I also wanted to say, as an ally to this cause, is there any way that I can provide my attendance that doesn't impair on the work that you do in this space?
Next season starts in May, and I would just love for you to be there. So that's one of the things that you can do, because it doesn't impede. You're not just a person, you're my brother. And we're in this together. Yeah. Thank you.
Of course. Alexander, the first time, so thank you for having me join us.
Hello, everyone.
Don't be shy.
My name is Malik Wade. I'm a realtor, but I'm also a president of a nonprofit as well. And that's one of the things that I'm working on myself, is the transition from not doing all the work myself and having it be an actual business and an entity. So my best suggestion I can give you is definitely rely on the people. Allow them the time and the space to be able to grow into who they're supposed to be. Because oftentimes, as a leader, we tend to, I can already do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. No, you take your step back, then you let them grow. Let them grow into who they need to be, and they'll be who they need to be. And rely on them. Rely on them and trust them. And that's all I got.
Thank you.
I was thinking about where the spaces that are needed, which is everywhere. Here we have Ferndale Parks and Rec, and they do like senior storytelling once a week, where seniors come and just like, I think they pull like a theme out of a hat and they kind of work through, storytelling from their past and things like that. So I think that this kind of work could be impactful for seniors as well, impactful for other co-working spaces, chambers of commerce, things like that. Like I've seen your workshops and PowerPoints, and there are ways to impart this wisdom for organizations on that kind of level that you can connect to chambers, parks and recs, different sorts of city organizations like the Parks and Rec people over here. But I think that could be cool. I think the seniors need the love, envisioning, and embracing where they're at as well. So I think that would be fun for you to touch base with Parks and Rec, and I'll connect you to that.
Thank you.
Oh, one more.
Actually, there's two more. I'm sure you can make that introduction to Parks and Rec for, because you know everybody there.
Good morning. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you are.
I'm also a storyteller. It was two things when you were on your presentation. I'm not really clear on what you do for a living. I'm not really clear on what it is that you do. I feel as though through your story, I can relate to you. I would like to be engaged with you, but I really have no idea what your business is. I don't know how you make money, so I need that. I need that to be clear. And on your social media.
My LinkedIn.
Show me what the other women, what you put on them.
Yeah, got it. Go check my LinkedIn.
It's on there?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just on there. The media mystic was a little confusing, but I got y'all's question.
Okay.
And being a professional storyteller, I know you can help her with that, can't you?
Good morning, Joe McCaffrey from Aventura Business Consulting. I want to challenge everybody in this room. I'm excited about listening to her podcast. So, how many people have already listened to her podcast? Okay, not that many. I'm going to challenge everybody in this room to listen to her podcast, and then I want everyone to, if they like it, to tell 5 people that they should listen to it too. Let's get it started.
And like I mentioned, I promise I'm gonna listen this week, absolutely. I got some windshield time coming, so that's so thank you so much. You did an amazing job.
I think I got one more.
You got one more. Hey, it's nice to have the vibes. Come on, girl.
Hello,
Hello.
Keep going.
great job.
All right.
Great job presenting. You're already killing it. I've got some minor tweaks in terms of getting volunteers. Keep putting your ask out there. You're already doing that. And maybe put that on the social media too. Perhaps even graphics asking for volunteers. Do you have a CRM or email list right now?
I do.
Put it in your social tab.
Yes.
Like the actual sign up for our emails in there, and start honing in on capturing that relationship more. You might be able to really get some conversions on an internal approach. You know, definitely cast the net. You know, you never know who wants to volunteer. There's a lot of people looking for volunteer opportunities. Having incorporated that in the CRM, putting graphics that specifically ask for that will be very helpful. And you know who to go to look for that help. Good hearing your presentation.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody.
Another product, was there one thing you heard, the nice takeaway that you can implement immediately?
Well, definitely I can go ahead and put the QR code for the motherboard into my social chat.
Awesome.
Like, that's really neat. And of course, everyone here, I mean, as simple as it is, but you can't think of everything,
Yeah.
but listen to my podcast.
And
So,
tell 5 people.
you can come right over here and scan the QR code to listen to my podcast. You can also help me like my load. I have t-shirts and mugs for sale. You can get them both for the low recession chic price of only $40. T-shirts and mugs.
All right.
Yes, and if you just want to show some love, I got Venmo, Cash App, and all of those things, but please continue to engage me over here.
Cool. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. We've had 2 great speakers so far this morning. And Nate's not going to disappoint, I guarantee you. So this, Nate Titel, Anypath Technologies. Tell us a little bit about your challenges.
Thank you, Daryl. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I just wanted to first thank 1 Million Cups. I'm pretty new to the organization, but it's really cool what they do with giving entrepreneurs a platform here. So really appreciate the opportunity and thank you. I want to start out by telling you a little bit about myself and my company. So I run a local company right here in Ferndale, Anypath Technologies, and we provide end-to-end computer technology and IT support for local businesses predominantly. We do a couple of different states, but most of them are here in DetroitMetro area. Just to tell you a little bit about myself outside of work, I've got some furry kids, Leo and Alice. Leo was inherited from my recent marriage to Kiki, who's in the second photo, and Alice is my dog daughter. She's a Shih Tzu and she's adorable. Getting them to pose in pictures is pretty difficult, so I'm proud of that one. Recently married in August, or remarried in August, should I say, and my safety hazards are listing there is our mountain biking habit, which has led to a couple broken bones in the past couple years for me. Career journey-wise, I've spent most of my professional career doing a bunch of things for technology companies in corporate. That's included account management, project management roles, product management roles, program management roles. And I started a side hustle while that was going on, doing some IT consulting for other businesses and finding vendors for them for technology solutions because it's often hard to sift through. And finally reached the point where I came up with some business partners who were friends of mine to launch Anypath Technologies more formally in 2022. So we've been doing that for about 4 years, and so far so good, but I'm encountering some challenges that I'd love your help with. So what we do, we are essentially, we're an IT company, we're an MSP, so end-to-end technology partner, IT help desk, anything technology, clients around the Metro Detroit area call us. We've got 40 or so businesses that call us in different ways for different things. Some full-time help desk, and they call us every day. Some of them call me every 6 months and just say I have an issue, and we do great fix things for them. What sets us apart, we are small but experienced. There's a lot of big IT companies out there that lack personality, or you kind of feel like you're caught up in the mix of a giant machine. We're very much not that. We do hourly support, which is pretty small business friendly. So if anybody in the audience, could use an IT partner or knows of somebody that can, we provide IT support for single member organizations all the way through, thousands of members of organizations and their IT teams. Websites and SEO is also something that we set apart a little bit. I have a creative background, and I've done some graphic design roles in the past as well. So we started a web design division and started to do some marketing services around that. My biggest challenges after running the company for the past 4 years are really not only visibility, so how to find us amongst a sea of IT providers, some of which are in this room with me, but booking more client discovery meetings. I have my background in account management and my ability to meet with somebody to understand their needs and really develop a relationship with them rather quickly. That part is going well. So getting the meetings and getting in front of more clients and having those discovery calls is really where I'm struggling with volume. I've tried a couple things. I have tried cold calling personally for the first couple of years of business, and for any business owners out there that have done this, and I'm sure many of you have, it's a very unique talent. I hate it. And that's a preview to my next slide, lessons learned. But how many of you out there have cold called for the first couple of years of business? I see a lot of hands. How many out there like it or have a specific skill in it? All right, we need to talk after guys. So cold calling has been one of the tactics that I've used. Social media I have used on LinkedIn predominantly. I invested some time and energy and money into this for at least a year or so. Didn't see a lot of results in that. And then business partnerships they're slow to accumulate, but have been a profitable source for me, just developing relationships with people that already have my target audience and already have their ear and trust, developing those. So what I've learned, in short, cold calling for me, not a good thing. Cold calling across BDRs, I've hired some outsourced BDRs, mixed results. Some of them have had success doing it, and some of them have had zero success doing it.
What's BDR?
Oh, I'm sorry, business development reps. So sales reps that are contracted specifically to do cold calling. Thank you for your question. So that's kind of had mixed results, and I recently let go of my last BDR, and I'm looking for some advice on that. Partnerships have been a great source for me. They are very hit or miss. They're very hard to get business partnerships, to get consultants to trust you to do a good job with their clients, because obviously that's something that is impactful to their reputation as well. But that's ultimately has had some success in organic growth. And social media, for me at least, my opinion of it so far has not been the return on investment that I was looking for. So, community ask. Besides the obvious of if you need IT support, I'm here for you. If you have friends or colleagues or know people in your network that need IT support, I also have a great partnership program. But my biggest challenges is setting client meetings, so I need more of them. My best clients are between 10 and 50 user companies that are tech heavy, but it doesn't exclude any size client. I have a bunch of small clients around Detroit area that I work with, so looking for ideas. Should I continue hiring BDRs? So this is something that I just parted ways with one in December. It didn't work out, and I've tried 4 different people in this role, and I have not quite hit the, found the right person for it. So is there a better way? Should I continue investing in that? Have I just not found the right person? Maybe somebody has and can share their experience. Any success stories with cold email marketing? I have some clients that have done this successfully for different business models. I don't really know if it's going to work with IT. I don't know if people are going to love getting emails about changing their IT provider, or if that's something that maybe I can catch somebody at the right time. It seems like a fairly small monthly investment to try. Wanted to see if anybody here had experience with that. And then also, how can I reach new potential partners? So these are valuable to me long term. They are hard for me to reach and find and build trust with. So businesses that engage with my target market, which is essentially small to mid-sized businesses in general, that could potentially refer leads to me, and I pay a financial incentive for those leads, or a long-term split on revenue for those leads. So this is my contact information. I encourage you all. I have a QR code here that has my ID card, all my contact information, including my website, and all that info. If you encounter somebody 6 months down the road, if you encounter somebody 6 months down the road that happens to need help, or you find yourself in need of an IT issue, like my emails are going to spam and I don't know why, and it's really complicated, please feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me a message. My cell phone is included here. You can feel free to email me or hit me up on LinkedIn. I would appreciate any support that you could give, and of course, any answers to my questions here, and I'll go back to this.
Cool. All right, thank you.
I cold call for 30 years. And it's still difficult, and it's still, nobody loves cold calling, but it is a necessary part of our business. You're doing some things right because you've got a two-pronged approach. You're trying from a direct sales perspective, and you're building that partner network, which is wonderful. I've lots of partnerships over the years that I've been able to make money off of. Just a real quick story. I partnered with a company on a $2 million deal. I made maybe 50 grand on that deal. They made $250,000 on that deal. So there's money out there in partnering, trust me. So, oh man, there's a lot of folks with some advice. All right, we love this, come on up.
Hi everyone, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hi there, Neil. I won't take too much time because we have a lot of people who are talking, but I own a marketing agency. And when you mentioned, the first thing, you ended the way I wish you started. You said one thing that I think that I know I perked up when you said, if anybody needs help, because your email's going to spam, that's what we need to see. We know you're in IT, but we need the problems. You need the messaging. So we're talking about messaging. There's issues with messaging that you need to kind of bring out, which I think would be good for you to explore. You also mentioned that you've gone through 4 or 5 PDRs already. That's another clear sign, because salespeople can sell, ice to somebody who lives in Alaska. So if there's challenges there, it's usually due to messaging and what your services are about, as well as targeting and who you're going after. You mentioned a little bit about segmentation, or a segment of 40 to 50 users. Maybe there's an industry or a different that you can kind of focus in on, like you work with product-based businesses or service-based businesses, something that kind of niche down and then get the message right, and storytelling. You can tell a story. Because we all deal with IT, all of us are, and the market is very saturated. So to stand out above that, I think that would work well.
Thank you very much. And I think my challenge is, you only get a sentence or two or a BDR or a cold email or something. What do you say? Do you say I'm an IT company? Do you say I solve a specific problem? Do you say I try to solve a rambling list of problems? I think that's where maybe I'm stuck.
Yes, question, like, did your email just go in spam? And it's just content. It's just content strategy to get out there and being out there a lot.
Okay, I appreciate that advice. Thank you.
What's going on, Nate?
Hey, Joel.
Hey, I have a vested interest in this gentleman, just, unshameless plug. He helps me out with quite a few things, so just FYI, the juice work squeeze, he's good at what he does. All right, so, a couple things. You have to interview your salesperson. That's just the bottom line. Starbucks only has maybe 6 to 8 shifts, depending on the size of the Starbucks restaurant, but the manager is always in the lobby interviewing people. Not because they don't have people on staff, because they know there's going to be transition. They know life is going to life. Someone's going to decide they're going to become a farmer one day. They're going to find Jesus in this week, whatever the case may be, right? Salespersons are fickle. They behave the exact same way. You need to be constantly interviewing people on a regular basis so you can apply pressure to the individuals who you onboarded so they know if they're not meeting the standard, if they're not meeting the goals, there's someone around the corner to replace them.
I got you.
Right? So you got to apply pressure in that way. But also, you're just not interviewing enough people.
Okay.
Right? Good salespersons that are willing to stick and stay hard to come out. The other thing in terms of your approach, your emails, your correspondence, you want to start with the pain. Have your social media account been hacked? Are you in a situation where you're sick and tired of sifting through your emails day and night? Have you tried to use Zapier and connect 3, 4, 5 different tools together, and then 2 weeks later it fell apart, and now you're losing access to your contacts, you're losing access, you're losing appointments, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Start with the pain, because I don't care how the sausage is made. I just want the sausage.
Sure.
When it comes to IT issues, right?
Okay.
The other thing I would encourage you to consider is this. LinkedIn is, in my opinion, where you need to be.
Okay.
But you don't earn money on LinkedIn fast. You can get followers fast, you can connections fast, but LinkedIn is where you develop relationships with people who are actually interested in your services. So if you're on LinkedIn, it's basically looking for a job, looking to hire someone, or you're looking for some type of resource where it can help you level up. And the bottom line is, I'm on LinkedIn looking at your profile, I'm thinking about buying something from you. That's why I'm looking at your profile, right? It could be the same thing for you, so I'll say don't necessarily shy away from LinkedIn. And then last but not least, I'll echo the sister who just gave you the recommendation. Man, I know you've helped a lot of people. Third party wins all day, every day. I'll believe 4 and 5 and 6, 7 people who stand before you and say, he helped me with A, B, C, and D, then the best pitch you could ever get.
Okay.
So I would encourage you, lean into those testimonies and all the people that you help, and you lead with that. And then you come behind and say, okay, you want their results. This is how the sausage is made.
Okay.
Hopefully that makes sense.
Appreciate that, Joel.
Good morning, everybody. Sean Carpenter from CMIT Solutions. I know you made it.
Morning.
Just one quick thought as it relates to the BDRs, SDRs. One of the things that I'm trying to do is that instead of just having new calls, I'm looking at hiring some to also go to networking events and meet people in person. Because when it's talking about small businesses, medium-sized businesses, they're looking for a more personal feel, like you were saying, so they want to see people face to face. And that's what I've been noticing a lot, not just a lot of cold emails, a lot of cold calling, all that type of stuff. If you're a big brand, you can do that. But if people don't know you, they don't care, from my perspective at the very least. So I would recommend, if you are going to find some of these BDRs, SDRs, in addition to like getting the messaging right and getting it clear and concise, getting to more in-person events like this, and get those BDRs, SDRs to go to those events on your behalf so you can cover more ground and get more opportunities to get other clients and get more meetings scheduled as well.
Okay. Appreciate that, Jason.
Hi, my name's Jack Shapanik. I'm with Global Payments. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Jack.
Happy New Year, everyone. So, just a little bit about me. I've experienced as being an engineer, an analyst for automotive supplier. I've worked for a large enterprise information management company, largest software company in Canada, OpenText.
Okay.
But I've also worked for 2 startup companies, so I know what it's like to wear many hats for this business development and customer support. But how I can relate is, and it's been said a couple times before, emphasize the pain, but also what is the risk that a lot of these owners are facing that they don't even know about. And things change all the time. So how do you stand out between you and other IT providers out there? Also, there's a difference between, you mentioned your experience with larger corporations. There's a huge difference between small to medium to large.
Yep.
And those ones that own small businesses, they wear a lot of hats. They have a lot of risks that they don't even know about. You need to expose those risks and to tell that story. What are the regulation changes that happen all the time when it comes to IT? They're out there. They're in my industry too, in payment processing. And what are the things that other people are not saying that do your services that you can expose and say, you're the expert at solving this problem? Maybe it's for employee information, like the GDPR, that's been around for a few years. Let's say, are you exposing your customer information? Are you exposing your employee information? I can help you to not be worried about that. Things like that.
That's a great suggestion. I appreciate it.
I'd like to sit down with you, have a conversation, get to know more about your company.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
I'm Joe again.
Hi, Joe.
Great presentation, number one. You're doing everything right. You have to do more, that's all. But I want to reference one thing. Consider doing, instead of cold calling, add another element to what you're trying to do and do customer discovery. And if you haven't really done a real big exercise on customer discovery, you need to, because you're going to learn about yourself, you're going to learn about your business, and you're going to learn about your potential clients. And you need to do that, because then you can instruct the cold callers to do things the way you want them to do. You can have your business development people, work really hard, doing what you want to do, but you have to talk to, I hate to say it, 100 people. And don't tell them, this is my business, what do you think? You have to say, I'm considering doing something, and I have an approach, and I'd like your opinion on my approach. You need more opinions, and you need to listen to 5 people that say the same thing, or 10 people that say the same thing. You might be on the right track. And then you formulate that into a business process, and you formulate that into your marketing effort. So I think customer discovery, you can look, up there's a million different ways of doing it, but I think you need some customer discovery. If you do, I think it's going to really help.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
We've got about 2 minutes, so you guys get 30 seconds each.
Yeah, fun, right? Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ray Holden. I'm the owner of the Golden Allstate Agency in Southfield, Michigan.
Nice to meet you, Ray.
You have a business card made?
I do. Not on me, but on the desk over there. But I will.
Okay, all right. That's the first thing you need to do. You need to make contact with everybody. And you need to make contact with a whole bunch of everybody. I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm a marketing person, Melissa. We had 300,000 views in December. Which made my phone ring about 250 times, and out of that, we closed about 40 deals.
Okay.
It's all numbers game.
Are these views on like a specific platform?
Social media,
Okay.
Google AdWords.
Gotcha.
We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Instagram, we're on all the platforms. It's a numbers game. I've been doing sales for the last 40 years. 40 years. I turned a business from 0 to over 5,000 clients and $5 million in revenue.
That's amazing.
In 10 years. So you can do it, and do not say H-A-T-E, hate, because you already lost. Do not say hate. If you don't understand how to do that job, how are you going to tell somebody else how to do it? Are you going to be able to critique them?
Yep.
You can't. Love the 30 seconds.
Hi, I'm Melanie Summers. I'm a digital experience creator and a creative strategist. I have similar issues with trying to get new leads and everything. One thing that works for me that people have already said is face-to-face is usually what works. I also have a background in technology, and I noticed a lot of people maybe can be not off-put, but they may not know where you're coming from a tech angle. Sure. As was
mentioned earlier, messaging is super important and getting straight to the pain point. Another thing I was thinking is maybe anticipating, maybe niching down to a specific industry, but then anticipating their specific problems.
Okay.
I know the medical industry probably is not it, because that's more than 50 people, but let's say it's a medical industry and they, have problems with learning Epic, which is their, content management system and security and things like that.
Okay.
Speak to them directly on what their issues are and go to their different conferences and things like that. Just have conversations with them and then weave in what you do. And you're very personable, so you can also use that to your advantage when you're talking to people because that also builds trust.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, Mike McClure Marketing.
Hey, Mike.
A cold email campaign that's worked for us is basically you pick one niche that you want to go after. For instance, for us, it was school districts. And you send out a letter, if you have a piece, whether it's a one sheet or whatever, send with a letter, the letter's kind of general. And then each of your emails pick one pain point of theirs, and you send it out, addressing that specific pain point. For us, it was the first one was about, do you need more enrollment? The second one was about, do you have a bill that you need to pass? So you need to connect and engage your community better. So each one, not everyone's going to hit, but when you hit and you see that they open that email, you call them, text them, go to meetings, call them after you see which email that was.
Okay.
I would try that.
That's great advice. Thank you, Mike.
You can bring it home. Come on up.
Rod.
Hi, my name's Alex Fetter. What I do is an actor. So I was thinking, I have a family member who owns their own business, but they, it's a sandwich shop, but they outsource a young person to do their social media.
Okay.
So their TikTok presence, their Instagram, the person, they schedule this stuff ahead of time. They come in, they do a bunch of videos, the photography, the storytelling, the collabs, like that kind of stuff. They put together the videos, the business owner approves the videos, they post them. I was working at the sandwich shop for a while, and there were people that would come in and be like, I saw you on Instagram, I saw you on TikTok.
Oh, very cool.
And I just think that, you're spending this money on salespeople, blah, blah. Maybe just consider allocating some of that money to somebody who is young and like into that sort of aspect.
Okay.
That can just help with getting the word out.
Sure, that's a great suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you. Man, lots of great advice today.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It's
thank you so
amazing.
much.
You guys are
The
round
community
of
showed
applause. That's a lot of stuff. Don't run off.
Sorry.
Figured a lot of good stuff this morning.
Yeah.
What's one thing you could implement immediately that's going to have some impact?
Oh, there was a lot of stuff in there that I can implement. I think the thing that comes top of mind is trying out the cold email marketing campaign and focusing on pain points.
Sure, absolutely.
Seem to be a lot of people that were cued in on, the emails going to spam, things like that. That could be industry specific, targeting a certain vertical and creating pain points.
And one thing I think Ray said really clearly is you have to learn to love cold calling and you have to be the best salesperson in your organization. Because when you are, people learn from your example, they're going to feed off your energy and you're going to be successful. So thank you very much. We appreciate all the feedback this morning.
Thank you.
So thanks everyone for coming out this morning. We are a little bit over time, but I appreciate your patience. Thanks again to Open and Thrive. If you are a small business owner in Oakland County and you need help with your business, talk to us. There are a few Open and Thrive people in the room. Raise your hand. Open and Thrive consultants. Drake, Tamar. There's a couple more here somewhere. And if you are a B2B service partner, there's Melissa and Val and Melanie. We offer one-on-one consulting services for small businesses in Oakland County because, again, we want to help them thrive and grow. There are a couple workshops coming up. You'll see them on the boards as well. We talked a lot this morning about prospecting and sales and how to get these things done. We talked about communication, goal setting. So We've got lots of great workshops coming up. And there is an expert in the room on cold calling. So if you hate cold calling, if you need some tips and you want to do it better, the cold calling guru is in the house, Denise Roberts. I attended one of her seminars probably 25 years ago. Yeah, when we first met. Because everybody can do prospecting better. We're also having a workshop coming up about communication and how do you make sure your elevator pitch is effective. So January 28th, we got a special workshop coming up that day. So don't miss that, because that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be audience participation as well. Again, thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Josh. If you're a small business owner and you want to get out of your house and you need somewhere to come and work, get away from the wife and kids and the dog and the TV, come here. You need to close a deal and you need a conference room, come here. And podcast. We love Bamboo, but come here to your podcast. There's a new podcast studio right down the hall. If you want a tour, see Carmen, she'll take you on a tour. We are done. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out this week. We will have 2 more presenters next week. Follow our social media to find out who they are, because it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun, as always. So we're looking forward to it. Remember, 10:30-ish, this is a co-working space, so around that time, we're going to quiet the conversations down. Feel free to network, though. If you're here for the first time, make sure you meet somebody new, introduce yourself, tell them what you do, why you do it, and why you do it well. So thank you. Have a great Wednesday, everyone. We'll see you next week.
I've never had